Special good evening to all our viewers here on Caribbean American News Media platform. Greetings, my friends. How are you? How was your weekend? Amen. Is hoping that you had yourselves a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Yes, greetings, my people. We are together. Please share the live. Yes, please share as you join. Please share. Greetings, my people. Welcome to your platform. Yes, welcome to your platform. You are on to Caribbean American News Media, formerly tagged as Caribbean American News Network. Yes, my friends, we're going to start in a moment, but I just want to wish everyone a beautiful evening. It is good to be here with you on I believe it's the last day of the month. We're heading into November. Yes, it is 7:53 p.m. Many of you are watching the news. You are all over the place, but greetings. It is good to be here with you on a beautiful, cool night here in New York City. Let's just see if we can greet as many of you here. Right, we have Gregory is on. Yes, Stephen. Miss Charles, greetings to you. Thank you so much. Maggie, yes. Morris, greetings. Robert and Stanislas, yes. My super people in the house. Fannis, my friend Arnold, greetings to you. Good night, my brother. Mary, greetings. Mary. Yes, my friends, we are on every cylinder. Malcolm from, I believe, Miku, am I right? Or from Parle area. Greetings, my friends. Welcome to the platform. I'm here with you for the next the next hour or so. We're going to be together. We're going to spend some time together. Veronica, greetings to you. Good to be back. I know I was missed a lot. I know that I was missed a lot, and so thank you so much for those of you who call me, those who, wanted to know if all is well. I'm happy to be here with you tonight, folks. Let's get to work. Heather Alfred, how are you? Greetings, my people. Greetings. All right, so let's get to work, folks. Let us get to working here on the platform as we share the live. Many others will come over. They will join us on the platform. I am the cool one for tonight. Yes, we are not going to be looking for any trouble. No pahabete mun. No kaveza fe. No, we're going to keep the peace. We got to keep the peace, all right? But I really want to welcome everybody, and I want you to know that we will be expecting your calls. Our lines are open already so that you can join in on the discussion. There's a lot happening in the news, but we're not going to be getting too deep. I'm still trying to follow stuff. I'm still trying to get back into the groove. There's a lot coming in now that I'm back, but I got to take my time to go through them to ensure that what I say to you, it makes sense, and that it is not besmirching anyone's character, and that it is just the gospel truth. Yes, and that's what we're in for, the gospel truth. So again, greetings to all. Welcome to your platform, Caribbean American News Media. We're headed into the holiday seasons, and I want to start wishing many of you seasons greetings as you reflect on the goodness of God throughout this year. All right, so let's go into the news. Let's go over to Dennery. I have nothing to show. As I said, we just warming up the system, and we see how things go. But remember, we had a report in Dennery concerning the carnival bands not being paid. There is no prize giving ceremony as yet, and we're heading into November, heading into December, and there is nothing happening there. In Dennery, we were told that there should have been an investigation in the allegations of monies that were mismanaged or lost or whatever that was. We are on this. We're going to stay on it until the truth comes out, until the citizens of St. Lucia, the people of St. Lucia, especially Dennery, get some closure. All right, so what we're hearing from Dennery is that now I am getting some stuff, folks, so just give me a minute and let's see. Yeah, something just got in. Let me see if I can. Oh boy. Okay, whoa. Okay, good. All right, so yes, something just. Let me see if I can multitask. You see, when I don't get the set prep, then I have to work. What did I do? No, download. That is, let's see if this is what we're looking for. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay, so let's go back to the Dennery saga. So the carnival folks there, organizers at the Dennery Village Council. Now, we have not heard anything from you guys. But what I can say, based on information reaching our news desk, is that one, Mr. Landos might not be working in the Dennery Council anymore. And we are following that story. And very soon we'll announce to you where he is working. The other thing is that a date was announced for the prize giving ceremony in Dennery. And we're finding out that on the very day of the event, it was canceled. So I'm going to go slowly again. We are doing our follow-up with the situation in Dennery, where the band leaders were not paid. Prize-giving ceremonies have not been organized as yet. We were told, by the way, that there was a date and blah, blah, blah. The date came and it was canceled the very day. Now, if someone can confirm that for us, we'll be happy. And Dennery South, we're on your case. We'll continue to be on your case. We'll continue to watch. We'll continue to hold you accountable. And there's so much happening. Even your district rep, Mr. Alfred, has gone in hiding. I mean, where is he? There are criminal activities in Dennery South. Man head chop off. Shooting. Mun ka vole kabwit mun. All sort of stuff. And you would think that the rep for Dennery South would, you come out and you speak some calm into the place. Issue a statement. Yes, you would say, well, the police already made a statement and the news people, You are the representative. You got to be there with the people. You got to ensure that, you bring that type of comfort to the people of Dennery South. So for them not to hear anything or just hear some whispers, it's not enough, Mr. Representative. In 2023, the type of representation that we are seeing, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so he's still working in Dennery, but he has been hired by Mr. Richard Frederick as a board member of the National Housing Corporation. So this is breaking news, I am sure. This is breaking news. So Mr. Landor is still the chairperson of the council. However, he's been hired by Richard Frederick as a board member of the National Housing Corporation. So that's how we flow here. We correct information as it comes. And there we have it. Still there. No information whether there was any discussion with the band leaders. And we, the citizens, have not heard anything about any investigations in the office there in Dennery. Nothing. Said, yeah, we're looking into stuff, we're investigating. And just like everything else in Lucia, they're still investigating. Families are still waiting for police investigations on the death of their loved ones. And 10 years, 15 years, we are still investigating. No updates, nothing at all. Everybody goes quiet. The place has become the wild, wild west. And what we get? Lip service, promises, pieces of information. Thanks, Bobby, for the stars. Folks, you can support through the star system, and we also have by me a book. Please support the program. All right, let us know that what we're doing here makes sense. Thank you so much for the star. So like everything else, no follow-up. The briefcase situation with the passport, well, we have opened up an investigation. Where is the investigation? Who started the investigation? How far are you into the investigations? Government? People? Now we heard that there's a new bureaucracy in government. We found money, so we're going to open a new department and we're going to hire new staff, permanent secretaries. Yes, we're going to get more government workers. So how we grow this country? Through hiring government workers? Blowing up the government's budget? When I'm sure that there are departments and there are areas in government that we can cut, we can fix, we can twit, and we can still operate like a well-oiled machine. So we can open new bureaucracy and hire new permanent secretaries with, paying them bonuses and big salaries. But we must implement a 2.5% tax on the citizens of the country, because we say to them we need money for health and security. Does that make sense in this country? Does that make sense to you? Those of you with your phone bills and being told that you got to pay a little more. You were struggling before, but you got to pay more. You got to pay more on your phone bill. You're finding out that you got to pay 2.5% on a lot of stuff. a lot of services, a lot of things that you St. Lucians use. But is this a caring government? We have money to hire new staff. And Mr. Lendors in Dennery can be hired to sit in a housing board when maybe that bread could have been split and other people could have been eaten. Because there's a whole set of people out there looking for jobs. And some of them don't want no step jobs, you know. They don't want no temporary jobs, you know. Those people want real jobs. They're looking for real jobs. Real jobs, not temporary jobs. And that's why, again, we're promoting on this platform more factories, more opportunities for our farmers to help aid us in achieving food security. But our farmers are being thrown under the bus, used as political pawns. And we give them half bag of fertilizer, one bag of fertilizer, a $200, $300, and that's it. Where pukao? My friends, we have a problem. Look, we have B is saying, I believe everybody bill went up by $100. That's what she's saying. Every month, electricity bill increased by $10 plus. How can our people survive? And I heard somebody said everything is nice in St. Lucia. And the people who are saying everything is nice in St. Lucia, these are they that are in the diaspora, you know. Them fellas live in the diaspora, but they're telling you on social media that everything is being done right. Everything is okay. Tooth bag eye all right. Everything is good. Huh? How are people going to survive? By handouts? I'm tired of this idea of handout. We give you temporary relief, a little $500 there, $1,500 there. A little handout, and then we say, well, it can help. It helped a lot. They had nothing, and we give them something. That's the mentality. And that's what we embrace. You know why? Because our politicians are always a reflection of the citizens of the country. Ain't nothing new. Nothing new. So Dennery is still, everything is no answers. That's the truth. Look, I'm hearing Mary saying tuna fish, $6.25 per can. How can a tuna fish, 89 cents, 50 cents, 75 US cents, how could it end up $6.25? And even worse, if your tuna fish is from the region there, how it ends up $6.25? Is this justifiable? Can we justify these prices that our citizens are paying? And all they tell you, government need money. No. In my point of view, government need to manage what they have, which means that there are some cuts that need to be made, because you have sometimes one person earning 4 salaries from government. You have persons in government who are getting a little salary from there, and everywhere. They sit on every board. Their pension, they get another money, and they get another pension, and they get this, and they get that. That one person robs 3-4 individuals from having an income. One person. Why? Because that's my friend, my buddy. I got to get him on a board, man. He did a lot for us. Whether he's qualified or not, we got to provide for the boys. But you see, there are times when you have to provide for the boys, and there are times, especially in a time of crisis like we're in, those times demand sacrifice so that all the people can have something in their pockets. They can have something to eat. When you tell me that our healthcare system is such a mess, that our people are dying because they live in St. Lucia, tell me if it is business as usual, whether we should be here talking about Minerva Ward and Suzuki and all this garbage. We have people are dying because they are living in St. Lucia. And not only that, and you know my position, I spoke about this situation where Minerva have a right to speak, and no man have any right to go after her as a woman personally. Her private parts is hers. It's hers to manage. No man should shame her or any other woman because they had some relationship with somebody. And I call out that hypocrisy already, because I tell you that many of us have been in relationships that we regret right now. And if we were to go back, we would never go back into them. So I'm not even going to discuss that. Some of us have 3 baby daddies, 4 baby daddies. Some of us have 100 ex that we pass. Am I going to come here and shame a woman, embarrass her because I'm mad with her? As a man? When some of us as men, we have some nasty stuff in the closet when it comes to women. We beat them. We spit on them. We financially starve them. Physical, verbal abuse, financial abuse. You don't take care of your children. And that's why I say to you, I will never sit on this platform and encourage such garbage. All our women need to be respected. I don't care whether they're zombie, whether they're drunkards, whether they're hooked on cocaine. All our women must be protected and respected by men. It is time for you men to pull your pants up and be men. Glass fair ko tifum. A babiek fam ko nom. Ko fam. Nom ka babiek fam. Ka bay fam me pui. Let's respect these women, man. Respect each other. I have a right to speak here. You have a right to speak. But the right that I don't have is to insult you and to try to embarrass you. That's not a privilege. And with free speech comes responsibility. And that's why there's a court there. You have the courts to help a society stay in line. And that's why we need women organizations and men organizations to teach men and teach women how to interact among themselves. Last fait comme mal cochon. Si femme la pa vlo, quitte bat misère, pas trey, pas jouer, pas di rien. Quitte. Si nom la pa mo, quitte. Don't make any man put their hands on you. And you say love, he love. If you don't beat me, you don't love me. You're ignorant and you're stupid. So when they call you names and they do you what you want, it is because they're comfortable, they love me. And so they have to black and blue your eyes to show you love. And you men, you St. Lucian men need to take your hands off of women. As a matter of fact, some of you need to lose your hands. Your hands are too slack. It's too easy to come in a woman's face. And a lot of women in St. Lucia have lost their lives. Their hands been chopped, abused. Turn around and you laugh at them, bunch of swines. I say, you women, you stand up and keep your head up. You might have slept with the old zombie as he is now, the infidel. Because any person who don't take care of their children, infidel. Huh? Any man who abuses a woman, infidel, malconcho. You stand up, women, and have some pride. You are precious. It might take you 100 years, but you'll get a good man. You don't have to settle for the nastiness. Pas même laver pied. Huh? Lazy like hell. All just want to be on the block. Because you can buy sex la nice sex buy kon ha. Visla do. So ça tout seul ou ka check ou pas check rien, nothing else. Ek la yo feed nek yo ka tout nek, yo ka wizard, yo ka bat, yo ka veza tout ka te make sure stay. But you love. It's not no love. Bouk la ka ba ou bon sex. Ça pas love. You're confused. Because pli men bagay pou zo chose like un homme, il pa ba is a beau sexe, mais il ko tan zo et qui ka provide un homme qui la. Hein? Il passe à faire bagay la, bien. Mais il a exon, il ka aider zo, il content. Il ne respect. A bon homme qui la. A vienne qui sa oui, mais les zo, foutre son pilon et just quitter les autres. Ek jiwe zo la yi fini. Because i kwa yi se a bagay, i ka ba yi zo bon vis. Ek même bon vis la ou ka hen, a lot moun ka hen, de le, a femme ka hen li, a nom ka hen li. Because de shime yo ka travel. Somebody got to tell you guys the truth. L'année chay vient négocier, and l'année chay vient négocier dans suit, y'a dit dans l'église, y'a dit dans politics, y'a dit dans, a chay vient négocier. So moi fin next stories are. Say madame la ni pou check koyo. Ou valuable. You are precious. Huh? You ain't no thing. That's where nom fait bêtises avec ça, that's a kind barrack ça. Hein? T'es les hommes malades, c'est pas rien, c'est stress qui a trésor. Et qu'on est pour get rid of stress ça, just pack up et aller la caille maman. Si pour la battu, il pas ba on l'argent, il pas take care of Ishli ou va hen la. Pas faire pièce l'église d'où pour wete la, il ka y charger. Allez la kay maman. Et quitte vieux nèg la. Pour check koy. Cause moi haï un homme qui ka bat femme, ka embarrass femme, ka di bêtises les femmes, moi haï. nom qui ka fait magie ça yo. Hein? So precious. Shiny zo bel do, ek zo bel a di dan. Ek même si so led, ek zo pani dan, ek chive, ou still bel, ou attitude ou bel ek nice. Moi sa we tek a femme qui pani dan, ek ki nice. Hein? Moi sa we tek a femme qui pani dan, me nice inside. Anyway. Bagay domestic violence sa même. Et ou pas pièce femme qui ka parler. There's no woman speaking on your behalf. C'est femme là même compromise. You're political. Hein? Anyway. Knife here le bagay sa honestly. Yeah, I'll come back there. Because I'm upset about the way I see the men, those elderly men, training them little boys. Because it's another generation of vipers, young vipers that we're creating. Tout ça est quoi c'est sexe. Et que pas me laisser c'est ti mamai or granny, yo pas me laisser ça. Yo pas ni boundaries. Et si ou pas ba yo bagay la, yo ka point. Hein? Chay femme hen ko yo rape ek bagay kon. Yo pas à parler, yo pay. Because même bagay nou ka wear le Facebook, yo ka shame yo. Yo ka fè yo hot. Hein? Okay. So moi-même, mani rien ka chebe by personne. Si ou se mal bouik, c'est ça ou ye. Ou ni pour tourner, ou ni pour charger. You got to do better. All of us can do better, of course. There are too many bad stories out there. And I'm coming back with healthcare, you know, but there are a lot of bad stories out there of our sisters, especially you St. Lucian women who have been abused. Some of you came to the United States with your husband. And you know what he did? He does to you? Gone with some other woman in Brooklyn. Some other St. Lucian who know you takes him away from you. But no, you can't talk about that. Our people, oh no, not our people. But somebody got to speak about it because we must change. We must understand boundaries and understand what morality is all about. Where is our morality? Where's our dignity? Where's our pride? What have we become when you watch social media and you see government ministers insulting other women, and the world looks on? How do they see us as a people? Comment you have no uncivilized? It's a time when we got to be sensitive towards the plight of women. Look at jiwe yo, eklani femme ka join ek se nom la, ka jiwe, ka bay moun me pui, ek baray ko han, moun you ka parle si and what I'm hearing, oh well, this one can't have children, that one can't have children, this other one can't have children, and that's how you women speak about each other. You rejoice because one of your own can't have a child, so you rejoice. A joke killer. I know how it feels because moi madame we nous te we a shite mama because you the come more. Nou pa de sa chebe yo. Ek bodje ede nou hen yon, nou mache. So I understand. That's why I'm passionate about these topics. That's why I have zero tolerance for pierce numb. You can abuse from. You can rape you. Ek bagay ko, ha? Moi-même, mani appetite. Pour se bagay sa. Ou check li? Nous ni pour uproot se bagay sa. Se femme nan ni pour commencer un movement. Expose se nom sa. Especially they ko parle bêtises. Expose you. Because you are silent, you are quiet, then they consider that you are afraid and you wouldn't talk. It's too embarrassing. Speak up. Get your dignity. Understand that God is your heavenly Father, and every man must be settled in the dust. But let me tell you something. While we're talking about women and who was in car and all this nonsense garbage about music and about Suzuki, all this nonsense as government ministers, our people are dying. Do you understand that people are dying from complications, health complications, because they are living in your country? Do you understand that many of those women, especially who have died from certain cancer, if they were in another country, they would have survived? Do you know that they are dying because of where they live? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Do you understand that our children are malnourished because of where they live? Do you understand that these are real people? These are real families. Who have to go to bed wondering if their cousin will die, if their mom will die, their father, because they can't find the money for the urgent operation. Or there's no supplies at the hospital. Or they had some bad experience at the hospital where they were butchered. Nothing to see here. How many times we bury our dead families, and thinking that it was one thing when it was another. Because they have no money to get a good lawyer to challenge the system. Unrighteousness goes unpunished in the nation. And no wonder at St. Jude's you have wheelchair at nights just rolling by itself. Demons all over the place. No rest even for the dead. Because unrighteousness is far from the land. And what we have, a bunch of bullies and persons and people in government who believe that they are better than Nebuchadnezzar. Huh? Those who believe that they can decide how long they rule the land. But I say to you, you are mortal. And there is an immortal being that sees everything, all the injustice, all the nastiness. I don't know how some of you sleep as politicians, knowing that you can eat what you want. You don't have to worry about gas and entertainment. You don't have to worry about health care. How do you sleep knowing? And some of you don't sleep in your community anyway, so you don't know that there are families who cannot send even their children to school on a full stomach. And that's why I had a strong conversation with Anson today. I called him. Yes, I did. And he said to me, yes, I understand. He said to me that I will never curse again on life. And my conversation to him was, leave Minerva Ward alone. If you're going to tackle her on the issues, not on her poil or on her head or on her or what's under her arm or how she looks. We don't body shame women. And when a woman say to you that she had a bad experience in a relationship, then we got to go quiet. Huh? We got to close our mouth and stay on the issues, because there are many our roads. Mr. King. Mr. King, Mr. King, Mr. King. Man, I'm saying to you, sir, you need to take some time out to figure out how you're going to get your salvation together. Because I'm saying, brother, what you are doing, what you have done, you got to work your salvation out, my brother. You can gather all the monies, all the houses and cars. At the end of it all, you got to account to a higher power, and you can't bluff him. And I hope politicians understand that there's a higher power. And you, sir, you, madam, will have to answer, especially concerning the plights of the people in whom you are given rulership over, or leadership, to whom much is given. Oh, a lot more is required. Huh? Yes. To whom much is given, much is required. Mr. King, much has been given to you. Yes. You have served this country as Prime Minister, as Minister of Government. Much has been given to you. Millions of dollars in salary throughout the years and benefits. And much is required of you. Our roads are in a very bad condition. People are dying on our roads. To whom much is given, much is required. And every time somebody lose their life because of a bad road, or they lose their life because of lack of medical care, it falls on the hands of those who are in charge. Do you understand the magnitude of leadership? Do you not understand? If you believe that you are Nebuchadnezzar or Pharaoh, I say to you, let God's people go. Because on that road, God's people are dying. In the hospitals, God's people are dying. Families are stressed. Those are God's children, you know. So I say to you, Mr. King, let God's people go. Fix the roads, sir. Stop the politics and the bluffing. Enough. You have told us enough that Mr. Chastney did. Fine, okay. All right, he did it. Go to work. Much is given to you, sir. And the government, and those monies that you are being paid, some of them are, those are the sweat and even the blood of people who died working to pay tax. To whom much is given, sir, a whole lot more is required. And like I always say to you, There is no price that any one of you politicians can pay to get out of this. So you got to repent, one, and you got to do what is right. Our roads, network on all over the island. And Miss Virginia says that she got the best roads in her constituency. Enough of the bluffs. Enough is enough. Our roads are killing our people. What appears to be, to many now, a corrupt police system, it's endangering the lives of the citizen to whom much is given, much is required, because the citizens no longer trust your legal system to function on their behalf. It functions only for politicians. Our boys are perishing at Bodily. Can't get a case. Can't get a date. But for politicians, as soon as they win elections, cases are called. Prime Minister walks with Speaker of the House to the court to ensure that justice is served. But the poor man is at Bodily, perishing. A mother is at home without a father. And a father is at home. Possibility is that with a teenage girl sexing up, like we see very often on the island, a nation in crisis, and there is no spiritual direction. A nation going to hell, or might have been in hell already with the killings and the food problems, food insecurity, bad health system, lip service, mapui government. If they talk, mapui them. Silence is consent. When you have government ministers cussing the citizens off and challenging all citizens when they speak, and a prime minister, governor general, nobody is saying nothing. Police commissioner ain't saying stop. DPP ain't saying stop. Concerned groups, the church ain't saying stop. Then that is a country in peril. A country on the brink. Moral decay and spiritual decadence. Righteousness is far from the land, and our people are dying. How many of you can go to the supermarket? For a government who said to you that they were balling everything. A government who says to you, yeah man, nothing was going right, everything was bad. And then they say to you, oh, don't worry, we have the solution. We are the most readied government in waiting. And then they go in and what they do? They run to the courts to try to deal with a case that they were eyeing long time. What they do next? The speaker comes, bluff you guys and say, our parliament must start at 10 every time we have our session. It's going to start and we will have no excuse. Guess what? An hour late, 2 hours late, half an hour late, sometimes they ain't show up. No show. Bluff and flaps. Well, Guy Joseph and Shasney thief all the money. And yes, we have the evidence. Up to now, not one of these fellas can go to jail. And you do not have to wait for the public prosecutor, you know. They can send them 2 boys to jail right now with the police commissioner and the DPP. So if you have evidence, because you said you had the evidence out of government, now you in government, you should have more evidence. You should have the proof. So you have bluffed the people. You have made these people believe that you were giving them orange juice when it's piss you were giving them. You were so convincing that what those ideas and policies that were implemented or were on stream, you convinced them that it was so bad for them, when, by the way, it was only good for them. And so they followed your deception. To whom much is given, sir, much is required. And the distraction, of course, of the bacchanal and the gyrating and all the other things takes precedence over the health of the people. So, carnival before hospital. Carnival before healthcare. Because it's not only a building the people want, The people want the Grosse Lake Clinic to function, to be equipped, well stocked with supplies. The people need the healthcare, the health clinics in Castries to be well stocked and functioning. In Dennery, well stocked and functioning. But instead of well stocked and functioning, you give them a good jazz and a good carnival and a bam bam wall. And you tell them, we're building St. Jude, as if St. Jude's is the solution to the healthcare problem in Grosse Lake and in Dennery. Nobody speaks of how we're going to fix these clinics and have them to function in such a way that less people will have to go to St. Jude's. And so to whom much is given, much is required. Electricity bill skyrocketing out of the reach of the poor, and the water bill. And government does nothing, say nothing. A people in peril, a country in peril. And you know what the discussion will be tomorrow morning or tonight? Fake pastor. Fake pastor. Miniver Ward. Dr. Fletcher. That's the discussion. So you see, friends, why you, St. Lucians, are where you are today. You are easily distracted by noise. And a whole set of noise were out there. And you know what you did? You cut off your nose and you spoil your face. In government, you know what in opposition, you know what the opposition said to us? You know what they said? They said to us, Cabot was a mistake. The white man come to take our land. They never told you that the black man never owned the land. Huh? They make you believe that Shastney sold your land. Private land, And so the people's, well, they're taking away our patrimony. Your patrimony was gone long time. Your patrimony wasn't yours. It was people's private land. So, Frere, they're taking our patrimony. People's private land. Not government land. Well, they don't want us to bathe on the beach. Jack don't want me to bathe on the beach. Go bathe on the beach. Nobody is stopping you. Maggie, they're trying to move her. She was leasing. It's not her land. And everybody looks back and realize you have been voodooized. If that's a word, actually. You have been himpicked, bamboozled by the schmucks. Now you cry And some of them have gone so quiet, silent, that you swear that they're priests. They gone quiet. All the noise makers, the pan beaters, pan your vid, your pan di where the done, your pan dashin, pan mem green figure near the dying. They listen to noise and could not have seen the reality. So I was at a function and somebody said, Shasney had 5 years, almost 6 years Shasney have, and he ain't do nothing. I tell them, shut up. Do you know what it is to fight COVID, not knowing what COVID was? Do you know the distraction that the governments of the world faced during COVID? A lot couldn't run, you know. You St. Lucians were able during COVID, majority of you was able to eat. You were able to sleep. Huh? A lot of you, and I say it again, a lot of you don't understand that your government at the time didn't understand anything about COVID. They fought COVID for how long? 2 to 3 years. Massive fight, man. Every time the Ministry of Health gets into office, a new update, new recommendations. Government don't have hospital, don't have beds, don't have resources. A government pulling and twisting and tugging and having to deal with keeping this country floating and keeping the citizens alive. Think about this. What hotel can you build during COVID? What meetings can you go out to see overseas to attend to look for money? A country, a government in lockdown. And a matter of fact, you can never judge the 5 years of Alan Shasney to the 5 years of any other government. Why? Because there was a crisis in the land. There was a war that the government had to fight. When you are fighting war, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And there are things that will not, policy projects that will not get on stream on time. Delays of projects. Because half of your staff call in sick. They have COVID, or they think they have COVID, and some lazy ones in government who have nothing at all ain't showing up for work. They take the opportunity to finish the rum that they have under their beds. They don't care a hoot about patriotism. And in times of crisis, we come together to help our fellow men. Bunch of selfish schmucks. And then a government who thirsty for power. Well, not a government. Politicians. Thirsty for power. On the air, everywhere in the streets during COVID. Cussing off white people, tourists, all over. Look, tourists in our streets, cussing them off. Go out of our country. You lock us up in our homes like this white man slavery. You have us in bondage. Let us go. Because you have the white man on the streets. Let us go. And then they let some of you go and half of you die and your family. Not even realizing that what the government was doing to secure you, the people, it was working. So instead of losing 4,000 or 5,000 people, they were just losing a little 100, 150, blah, blah, blah. That's a lot, But the government was able, as soon as the hooligans started with their power-hungry thing and they bamboozled half of you because you thought that governments were borrowing money to put in your pockets, not knowing that the government was borrowing money to keep you alive. In times of crisis, friends, you got to eat oil and rice. But some of you couldn't get the macaroni and cheese, so you complain, you blame it on the government. You couldn't drink your rum because they banned rum. So you're mad with the government, you vote the government out, a working government, because you couldn't get your rum. You vote your government out because you couldn't go by your jabal, you couldn't sleep out. So you put it on the government. And we had one minister who said, well, the people don't have Netflix. So you were more concerned about Netflix than the lives of the people. You come in and tell me that you are judging the Alan Shasme administration, a government that used their brain in having road projects and doing some infrastructure while nobody is on the streets, when nothing is going on, had a boom in construction. I saw that same boom right here in New York, Brooklyn, locked down. As an essential worker, I was out there on the streets, dead streets. They dig up all streets, dig up holes, and they took the opportunity to build their infrastructure during that time. So don't come with your foolishness. You can never judge the management or the leadership of the Alan Shasme administration during COVID or during your 5 years, because your 5 years, what are you fighting? The man warned you guys about inflation, you laugh at him. So what do you want to measure? Unemployment, you can never measure it. Everybody was unemployed. Businesses were shut down, closed. Some of them couldn't open back because they were already dead. Had financial problems before. So what you blaming? What are you comparing? Look at what we have done in only 2 years. Bunch of liars, hypocrites. And that's why I say to you, St. Lucians, you got to open your eyes and stop the foolishness. You are too distracted. You're like a little child in the class that can't sit down for 2 minutes. Everything distracts. A butterfly, you sneeze, everything distracts him. Hey, you are too easily distracted. And what is happening? You are causing destruction in your land because you are distracted. Huh? And sometimes we got to remind you people, we got to remind you of COVID. We got to constantly remind you that you were locked down, not because a white man wanted to take away your freedom, because the white man took away our freedom in the United States too. And for me to open the church, I had to sign organ of documents and confirm the organ of laws and restriction by the white man, because the white man was trying to protect us. Here in the United States. So it was a very bad time for racism, ain't it? That was not the time for that, because the whites were dying, the blacks were dying, the Indians were dying. Tout le monde était mort. COVID was no slave master. COVID didn't care if you're white, black, pink, or yellow. Taking you down. Therefore, you needed the cooperation of all governments, regional, international, and local government people coming together, opposition and government coming together to help to keep their people alive. But instead, the opposition decide we are not helping in this fight. We are going in the streets, a matter of fact, to help you spread COVID. They stood in the police faces, insulted police, went on private properties, bully their way around the place, deliberately caused chaos for the wardens, the COVID wardens, deliberately provoked and were provoking the authorities. Challenge the legal system and push the medical system to the brink, where our doctors and nurses were fighting for their life also and the life of others. I will never accept this idea that the United Workers' Party administration was the worst. We have not seen the worst yet. The worst is yet to come. And the worst might be upon us. Because I cannot believe that we're coming out of a crisis. But while we are coming out of the crisis, you are taxing the devil out of us. Huh? And you know what you say to us? We need the money. So the money is in our pockets. And all I'm saying to government is governments need to manage their resources, manage your income, manage your expensive. There are some expensive that you must cut in this season. There are departments that must be merged together to be effective, cost effective. The Dyer Mall is finished. Get out of some of these rentals and have that physical space. But instead of you looking within the government for savings, you went into the pockets of poor families. A caring government, you see, would go into people's pocket. That would be the last thing that they would have done. They would have tried everything else, make government lean and functional, because it's dysfunctioning now. Every day they got to pay millions of dollars because of mold at some building. We have to send our fellas to Dubai on joy rides. Some of these embassies overseas need to be shut down. They ain't doing a thing for St. Lucia. Look all in these areas for savings, not in the pockets of the people. But who can speak? Because the know-it-all will cuss you off and tell you you're stupid. You're an idiot. My government is in power. Everything is all right. No wonder Kiki Arara had to fall off his chair sometime this year because of foolishness he's talking sometimes. I hear him said to somebody, to Anson, the Labour Party is doing everything right. Nothing is wrong in St. Lucia. What kind of idiotic statement, moronic statement, asinine statement can one make? Huh? Who makes those statements? No wonder you falling off your chair all the time. Ou pa fè sens. You pa mele ou bele pou akor ou ka depale. Ou kwe ti bolom ka jwe. You dance with the devil, you smell like smoke. Huh? So I'm saying, friends, we as citizens must keep our eyes on the truth. We as citizens got to keep our eyes on righteousness. Huh? What is right for our poor families, the underprivileged, the victimized, marginalized. Huh? Yes, we got to look out for those people. I am shocked to hear persons who are cussing out Mr. Frederick, calling him the worst of the worst, standing up now, and you shock is like, what's going on here? Same people, you know, who cuss this man off and call him the worst, call this man pain, sleepless nights. You just buy Bugla high blood pressure. Who check Tanado? They stressed the devil out of him. They brought that man to the brink. That Labour Party did that to him. But Mr. Frederick forgive them. And he's sleeping with them. Men mwen di zo, le ou ka dormi ek chien, ou ka ek ti chien, sa ou ka hen te ti bagay la. Huh? So you can forgive them all you want. They cause you extreme pain and heartache. But now they're standing up saying that you are almost like Jesus. You're the best, simply the best. And you will be in office forever and ever and ever. Mem se munda ki break ou down, you can try build back. And the citizens got to sit by and watch that movie. Because that's what it is, a movie. It must come to an end. Yes, at the end of the reel, it's going to say the end, starring. Huh? Oh, my friends, our country is topsy-turvy, upside down. And nobody can speak because they're afraid that somebody will call their name on social media, embarrass them. I'll tell you what democracy is, you know. Democracy affords, one, freedom of conscience, freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom of political parties. You can choose what party you want and still work anywhere you want in government in St. Lucia. The country have become like this. If you're not Labour, ou pas à travail. If you're not UWP, ou pas à travail. Where's the freedom? And where's the freedom of expression? When you express yourself, they tell you that they slept with you. Or they threaten to put your secrets out. Where's the freedom? Where's my freedom to decide whether I want to embrace gay and lesbian, or I want my children to be taught a gay and lesbian agenda in our schools? Where's my freedom of conscience? Where is it? Where's my right as a straight man to say I am straight and I don't care a hoot about your gay lifestyle, and I don't want my child to be involved in it? Don't expose it to my child. That's my choice. Where's my freedom of conscience? Where's my freedom of religion? I can choose to be Catholic, Pentecostal, Adventist, and still work anywhere. Where's my freedom of religion? Where you can hire me as a Seventh-day Adventist and give me my Sabbaths off. Where's my freedom? Do we truly have freedom in the land? Where's the freedom of the press? Where the press can ask a prime minister questions on matters pertaining to national security. And he says to him, that's not your business. Are you really free, St. Lucians? Are you free? Is there a white man's foot on your neck, St. Lucians? Are you free? Is it a white man's foot or a black man's foot? That's for you to answer. Whose foot is on your neck in this season? Is it a white man or a black man? Who is enslaving you at the supermarkets? Is it a white man or a black man? Who is enslaving you on the streets? White or black? Talk to me. Who? Who do you run overseas and stretch your hands to? Who? So the more things change, it is the more it remains the same. Folks, listen to me. You can call. The lines are open, you know. Yeah, my lines are open. Call. Let's have a conversation. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me how is the bills? How is the food going? Tell me how things are when it comes to food. Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Talk to me. Let's have a conversation before I go. I give you another 25 minutes. And if you're nice, I give you half an hour. But call. Tell me how you're feeling, how things are going in your country. Do you feel better off now Do you feel better off now? Huh? Do you have ching ching in your pockets? Huh? Is your boyfriend working? Your husband working? Your child who just left school, what are they doing? Are they on the block? Huh? Are they going to nightclubs? Nothing to do. And the devil find work for idle hands to do. What is going on with crime in our country? What is going on with our police force? What's going on in our government? Our roads? Huh? Talk to me. Talk to me. Calling you on the air. Caribbean American News Media. Welcome to the platform.
Good evening, Brother Garfield, and everybody on the platform.
Good evening, my friend.
Happy that you're back.
Thank you.
Happy that you're back.
I know, thank you.
Smiling. Very happy you're back.
Amen.
Thank you for a good show again. Thank you for a good show tonight.
Thank you.
And dealing with our issues here in St. Lucia. You ask about the food, but Garfield, too much is too much.
Yeah.
Too much is too much. From an electricity bill of $130, $140 to $377, with nothing changed at home, is that justified? Is that the 2.5% levy that I'm paying for?
Wow. So you were paying 130 and now you're paying 300?
Yeah, anywhere between 130 to 140 was the monthly bill.
Wow.
To $377. I needed to explain because I could not have used that amount of electricity. When nothing has changed at home, everything is still the exact same. Nothing is different.
Wow.
So if that is a 2.5% levy, then wow. Man, that's over 100%. Well, that's about almost 200 or over 200% increase, eh?
But what is the cause of that? Is it the 2.5%? It can be the 2.5% only. What is the cause of that?
I don't know. I have no clue. I'm saying it's the 2.5 because since the 2.5 was introduced, we've noticed that everything has just gone up drastically again. Sky high.
By the way, somebody is just saying here that their bill went from $100 to $220. So something is happening there for real.
See? I'm not the only one facing it. I brought it up on the platform tonight because I know there are other people facing it. And I will say to the other persons that are facing it that I am going to Lucia and I am going to query and I am going to say that I'm going to make it clear that I'm not paying it because I did not incur that cost on myself. So I think if all of us can go to Lucia and say to them we're not paying it, or if all of us can even circulate something online having to do with those horrific electricity bills that we faced with, then maybe we'll see a change in our billing in the next month.
Because somebody said that there's a surcharge. There's a that it says yes, my bill. Yes, look, we have somebody else here. 150 to 300. From 150 to 300, Lucia said it's a surcharge. What is this surcharge all about?
We've had a surcharge, I think, for a while now. But having the surcharge did not, it did change our bill. It brought it higher. So I guess the surcharge is on the total amount, inclusive of the VAT under 2.5. However, that still cannot be my bill. How could our bills double and triple? So I'm saying that maybe we should circulate something online, and people who are going through this should actually put their names under that little circular that we'll have going around.
Right.
And then we can send it into Lucia, because this is not making sense. And do we have any support from the Ministry of Commerce or the Minister of Commerce? No, we don't. We don't. Emma told us to kill it. We can't discuss it with her, kill it. So we have to take measures into our own hands, people of St. Lucia. We can't just let it slide, slide so much that Philip J. Pierre will open his mouth and say thank you to us for accepting that 2.5 levy, which is compounded, which everywhere it hits, it's a 2.5 here, 2.5 there, adding up to 7.5 or maybe 10% increase on everything.
Because I can't identify with you all and Lucia, honestly, because my light bill is $24 every month. Well, because of the solar panel, but $24 every month. My light, I can run my air condition, everything all
I'm
night.
Not cutting you. I'm not cutting you short. Be happy that you don't live in St. Lucia at the moment.
Wow.
Be happy, because you would have seen a change in your electricity bill. You would have seen a change in all your utility bills.
So it means that people in St. Lucia are just working for bills then?
So now we're working. Some of us are unable to pay. Some of us are unable to pay. And people must stop being ashamed of saying that the bills are too high. You work for X amount of money, you probably have a loan, you have your children at school, you've got you have a budget that you work with every month, and all of a sudden this has sprung on you, and your budget is now the amount of money you've got to spend is twice the budget that you have for your salary. So how could you afford to live in this country anymore?
I am sure that there are a lot of disconnection notices out there.
When Timothy said, this is a failed state, he's right. He is right in saying St. Lucia is a failed state. We have no medical, and this is not the first time people are hearing my voice saying this. The beds at the hospital do not have bed sheets, no pillows, no medication, no Band-Aids, no Panadols, no equipment to take care of people. They have to run tests, etc. St. Jude's Hospital is in the stadium, is barely operational. Okay, it's a total disaster. Health centers have been closed. Okay, so if all of that is going on, where do people turn for medical care? Where do they turn?
Can I add? Somebody just said that in September they paid $75. In October they pay $150. Something is wrong, folks. Something is seriously wrong, folks. Let us know how your bill is going. Right.
Yes, so I brought it up tonight because I know there are people on the platform. I know there are people listening, and I know there are other people who have experienced what I have experienced. So, somebody has got to start this. If all of us sit there quietly, folks, nothing is going to change. Just like Philip J. Pierre said, we've accepted that 2.5. None of us have accepted that 2.5%.
Okay,
not
if we
one
can
of us have accepted it.
Let me tell you what I'm going to do, right? For those of you who are online and you want to join us in sending the strong message to Lucia, my advice to you, I will try to set up a page, a separate page. We'll start a movement. But let us know now your bills. Let us know your bills. Please type it in so that we can see. I can have an idea what we're dealing with. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. So we need to stand up. We need to take some sort of and we need to stand up against a lot of stuff, not just no medical. We have no medical. We have our bills are exorbitantly high. The food prices have gone through the roof. A bag of potatoes at Massey is $30.01.
Wow. I'm going to be interrupting you ever so often, my friend? But bear with me. We have another bill here, Jason, from $230 to $330. From $230 to $330.
Wow. Is that 2.5? Is that 2.5? 2.5% of 230 is what? Somebody do the calculation.
Yeah, we will need that. We will need to do that first so that we can figure what is happening here. And if it is the 2.5% that is affecting electricity, we will have to start a massive movement to get the government to stop this nonsense.
Yes, it has to be stopped. We cannot afford, and I'm speaking for not only myself, I'm speaking for lots of other people in St. Lucia who do not work, who do not have jobs. I mean, more people have become unemployed since all the projects were stopped. These persons haven't found employment. How are people supposed to live with those exorbitant prices? Now, having said this, I need to move on to something else. And it's a hot button issue in St. Lucia. We have an MP who comes on a show and insults and berates and disrespects and bullies citizens of this country every Thursday night. This has to stop. Now, I will draw a reference to something. First, let me take this opportunity to say that I'm very, very proud of Miss Ward for coming out and standing up to this individual. On a personal note and on the political side as well. On a personal note, I am super proud of her for doing it. Because you do not insult women the way this man does. The next lady that I want to speak about, that he spoke of, and her eyeball came out of her eye socket, her jaw was broken or fractured or whatever. This lady has come out and written a post on supporters of the United Workers' Party page.
You want me to read that post?
This never happened.
You want me to read the post? We have the post up on our platform now.
You've got the post. You can read it because she made it public.
Is this her real profile? Is this confirmed? This is her? Irma Frank.
Yes, this is the lady.
So
you will tell me that you will come out, pretend to be this lady's lawyer, put her business out on a public platform, right? Something that should have been confidential. You put this out in the open. You exaggerated and lied. Are you getting away with this again? I think this lady should file a lawsuit against this man and make an example of him.
Okay. So you want me to read it?
Even if a lawyer in St. Lucia, you want to read it while I'm here?
Yes, stay there. I want to read it while you're here. But I also want to announce in 2024, and I like to move quickly, I am going to organize a massive strike movement, protest against Lucy Lex and Lucia. I'm putting everybody on notice, and that's why I say to you, what I would want you to do is, so everybody on that day, bring your bill. Bring your bill. We're going to take those bills and we're going to throw it on their compound. We're going to throw it in their office, and we're going to strike. We're going to have a conversation. All right. So we're going to be starting that movement by the grace of God, 2024. And we're going to have petitions. We're going to have documents where you will have to sign up for that protest action against our light company. And before we do that, we'll be calling them, trying to get information, trying to get a little knowledge as to what is happening there with these high bills. There are too many of our St. Lucian brethren who are complaining of skyrocketing price when it comes to electricity in St. Lucia. We got to do something because you have no protection from your government. Governments will not protect you. You, the people, got to protect yourself.
I'll tell you something. When I go to inquire about this bill on Monday, tomorrow, right? I'm saying on Monday, tomorrow, I am going to do something such as what a spy would do. I'm not going to say, and I'm going to come back to you with it so you can broadcast it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes, it is my right.
Yeah.
It is my right as a citizen. I am not settling. And this same Lucia company, when there are power fluctuations, a lot of smart TVs in St. Lucia have burned. In that it goes off, it doesn't come back on because of the power fluctuation.
It has
happened to me. It has happened to me. I reported this months ago.
And nothing, right?
I have not received a call. They sent someone to have a look at the television months ago, and I just haven't heard from them again. So they're probably looking for a way out so that they do not compensate me for that TV, which is what they're doing to many people. I just spoke to someone earlier who's having the same problem with them.
Okay, so we have a number of issues that we will want Lucia to address. We are threatening, and this is an official threat from Caribbean American News. We will rally the citizens of St. Lucia in a protest strike against Lucia, and it is pending our conversation with Lucia in the coming months. In 2024, I promise you that I will be on the ground with you. I will lead one of the biggest protest march against any utility company in St. Lucia. And that is my promise. By the grace of God, once I have the strength, we will do it. Enough is just enough. All right? Enough is enough. So let's read.
Fabulous. I will be at the front of this protest match. I can tell you that much.
Okay, good. So,
now, I know you want to read this thing, but I want to go on as well.
Go ahead.
To say something else. Another thing I think we St. Lucians should stand up for is for our DPPs to take some action on this unfinished impacts report. It's not closed, it is still open. So we need to do something in St. Lucia to let our voices be heard so that the businessmen, alleged corrupt businessmen, politicians, and police will be brought to justice. Because as long as we hear, and this is hanging over our head, we are a corrupt nation. Because it smells, it looks, it tastes, you look at it and it smells of corruption happening. So something has to be done and we should not sleep on it. Removal of that 2.5% VAT levy, we need that to go because Philip JP cannot take advantage of us so much. That is too much. Gas prices, okay, there was a march in Beaufort, good turnout, everything went well from what I understood. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
We need to do it up in the north. But this time, we need to do it against the 2.5, stand against it, stand against the high gas prices, stand against the things that we do not accept in St. Lucia, and we need to chant what we do not accept in St. Lucia.
Mm.
So we want lower gas prices. We want the removal of the 2.5. We want proper medical facilities. And not want, we need it.
Yeah.
The health of a nation is the wealth of a nation. How can a nation be well if the citizens are unhealthy?
That's right.
It can't work. So we can't continue to do this. Now, I can let you read the letter and I'll listen.
Okay, yeah, somebody just sent me, thank you. Somebody just sent me an electricity bill, but it's on our other device and I cannot get it over on the platform in time, but I will definitely, we'll have an entire program on our Lucia bill in preparation for our plan action. And let me see here on the bill, we have 200 kilowatts or whatever it is. Let me just look at it carefully. 205. Oh, somebody's trying to call. Okay. 205 19. Okay, so we'll look at that bill. I can't get it over to the system. I'm trying to get it over there. So I will do so. So let's go to this letter here. And we'll take care of that. Let's go to the letter. It's from Irma Frank. Now, again, like I said to you, I cannot confirm this is the individual that Mr. Frederick spoke about. But it is here, Irma Frank. We're going to read it and I'm going to quote to you. It says, I have remained quiet about the sensitive public mentioning of my name on a talk show without my permission because I thought somehow good sense would prevail. But at last, no. And my efforts to speak to the host have been futile. However, I subsequently sent him a message asking that he refrained from mentioning my name on his show. For the many persons who have reached out to me out of concern, please note that I am healed, I am strong, I am happy, and I am in a good place, living my best life. And if I had any doubt that I was healed, I know now because what was clearly meant to embarrass me or cause me to relive this painful past did not. Thank God. Also, thankfully, my jaw was not fractured, nor did my eyeball come out of the socket. I had 2 lawyers, and both have rightfully maintained lawyer-client privilege. I am stronger than my past. I am better through the lessons I've learned. My advice to everyone is, at the lowest point of your life, be very careful who you seek advice from or accept favors from. Not everyone who reaches out to you is interested in you or your well-being. I take comfort in the following Bible verses. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Be still and know that he is God. God don't bring me this far to leave me alone. And that's from Irma Frank, based on the post that we are seeing out there on Facebook. But if we are to listen to Mr. Frederick, and if we are to believe that this post is actually the lady that he mentioned, then it would say to us that Mr. Frederick lied about her condition. He said that her eye came out of the socket, the ball, and her jaw was fractured. And he said he was at the station or somewhere, and boy, that's just to say to us, if this is the truth, and I say to you folks, if this is the truth, then Mr. Richard Frederick is lying. If it's not the truth, then we await the truth at some point. All right, caller.
Now, yes, Brother Garfield and everybody, I need to also just give you a little bit of advice when it comes to the person that we're referring to as the host of the show. This person is a trained policeman. This person is also a criminal lawyer. Having this training, this person can take a sentence, remove 3-4 words out of a 12-word sentence, and cook up a story and create a story to suit this individual's narrative. This is what this person was trained to do professionally.
Yeah.
Professionally. So when you see this man comes out feeding St. Lucians all these horror stories, we need to pay very close attention. Very close attention. And watch him well. Watch his body language and watch how he behaves. So he starts to say something and then he'll deflect and say, oh, hello to this person, hello to that person, and he comes back. Because he needs to think of how he's going to lie, put that lie out to be as convincing as possible. We need to be very wary of this individual.
And I think it was reckless of him. Let's say, for instance, this woman was traumatized through domestic violence. Why would you pull her back into that space on social media when I'm sure she would have been in the healing process? You know, some people heal faster than some. But why drive that woman back into that horrible place if it is true? I don't understand it.
Because he wants to get at one person. There's one person. It seemed like he's aiming to get at, and that one person is Dale. I mean, I don't need not say the man's full name. That one person is Dale. So apparently he's going to use everything in his power to try and get back at that person, including say that this person knelt down in the boulevard begging a female lawyer to forgive him. Really?
Well,
really?
Honestly, this kind of it makes no sense.
Then you would go on to showing a photo of the individual's car parked near at an hotel, parked near the Governor General's vehicles, yes, official vehicles, and make a scene out of that. Isn't Dale a private citizen?
Yes.
Isn't Dale a private citizen? Doesn't Dale have a right as a journalist to question and to ask questions so he can report back to the public?
That's right.
Doesn't Dale have a right to ask questions about MPs and make comments? Do we citizens have a right to speak of what we see and what affects us, etc.?
It's what is called freedom of the press.
It's freedom of speech. What gives this same host / MP the right to come out there and try to drag this guy's name down to the lowest of lows? What gives him the right? Somebody needs to make an example of this man. Somebody needs to take this man up on what he is doing. The man is not making statements loosely out. The man is hosting a show and speaking of citizens in that manner. He has files big so, but that's for another show. That's not even my show to deal with. The police are giving him information, this, that, and the other. And that's why you feel you have a right to come out and insult people the way you're doing?
Yeah. Wow.
It is wrong. There is nothing right. We should actually be asking for this man's resignation. If this was to happen in the UK, in Canada, in any other country, maybe even in Trinidad or Jamaica, this man would have had to resign by now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yes,
okay?
I have an overseas call coming in. Yes. Thank you.
No, take the call. I just wanted to just a brief chat. Okay,
yes,
thank
no
you,
problem.
brother.
Thank you so much, my friend. And also, we
right,
have
no
another
problem.
person saying that the electricity went from $171.55 to $319.88. Man, look at the salary.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Yeah, look at the
there's my stuff. Thank you, brother Garfield.
Yeah, no problem. Right. You know, look at some of the look at the salary that our people are getting. Look at the salary alone. How can you pay $300 in electricity from $150 to $300? That makes sense, folks. Caller, you on the air, Caribbean American News Media. Hey, my friend, Mr. Bermuda.
The great man, Pastor Garfield. Garfield Sobers.
You're the great man. Thank you for calling.
Garfield.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Sir, I'm very afraid I'm not feeling sorry for solutions. I am not feeling sorry for solutions.
Speak your mind. Speak your mind, brother. Speak your mind. Tell us.
You know why, sir?
Talk to me.
I see each time my country going forward, solutions take my country and put it back in the mud. And that's been going on for a long, not just because Alan Shasta, Alan Shasta is the leader. That's been going on especially since the advent of Kenny, this disgusting, disastrous Anthony. That's been going on. Okay?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. You are said to be a man, selling all your CBI, do this, do everything, selling your lands, do everything. Got your place like a slum. Year in, year out. Lying to you, and that man do 3 terms in office.
Wow.
The man bankrupt the country. And he tell you something happened. And no solution. Nobody asked him what happened. But you know what happened? Gaffy, you know what happened?
Talk to me.
He bankrupted down the country. That's what happened. So when the great man got there, the great man had nothing, had to start from zero, scratch, nothing.
Yeah, I heard it was a very bad period, yeah.
He bankrupted the country, could not borrow, he had no money. Telling last year. He cleaned the treasury out, he cleaned.
I think they had a problem with food prices also during that time.
And when the guys, SFP, listen, Gabriel, has SFP ever produced a good leader?
Yeah. No.
Name me one good leader SFP produced.
I don't know. I can't help you with that one.
You cannot name none. But yet, still, solutions keep voting for SFP. Why would you vote for a man that can lead? You go vote for a party that cannot lead you. You have to be an idiot. You have to be stupid, period.
Wow.
Let me continue. 2.5%. The great man, the world's greatest leader, Sir Alan Michael Shasta, took off 2.5% to ease the pressure of the people. They complain. Pierre, Philip Joker, disaster Pierre, came on, put it back on. Put it back on 2.5%. And then the press, the reporters, the cameramen, everybody asking the Malawians and Castries, what do you think about the 2.5%? The 2.5% back on. That goodie, that good man, it's goodie. Huh?
Well, he said,
you know what I tell you?
He thanked the people for accepting the 2.5% recently.
Is he wrong?
No, I would thank them too.
Because the people they say nothing, they do nothing, they say oh they did like that. But when the great man was there, if you sneeze, they're striking.
Yeah.
They're on the streets.
Yeah.
Okay? My God don't sleep, you know. My God is a great God.
Yes, sir.
And He's gonna punish you. He's gonna punish you when you deserve punishing. Okay? He's gonna punish you when you deserve punishing. Don't think you're gonna go around doing your nonsense every day, every day, and my God will give you a trophy, give you a gold medal. No way. He's gonna punish you. Say you stop your shit. Let me continue. Last but not least, I know someone else was called.
Talk to me.
About 2 weeks ago, there was a hurricane coming to Bermuda. Belco, the electrolyte company, they raised the fees the Wednesday. Listen to me carefully. They raised it the Wednesday. The Thursday, some people said, nah, we ain't like that. We ain't like that at all.
Yeah.
We ain't like that. They were gonna have a strike. They were gonna have a protest. Sorry, a protest the Friday. Friday, the hurricane was supposed to come. So they didn't have no protest. The Monday, about 15 or 20 people had a little protest. And let me tell you something. By the Wednesday, everybody's bills was back to normal.
Wow. They don't play around up there.
You want to hear something?
Wow. Yes, sir.
You want to hear something?
Talk to me.
And the union didn't say a word yet.
Jeez. My God.
The union did, listen to me, Garfield. The union ain't got time to sneeze, to say a word.
Wow.
To Belco, the electric company. Because when the union step in, all hell break loose.
Well,
okay? the government stepped in with Belco and said, no, you got to drop that. So when Pierre talking is nonsense and telling all his value, St. Lucia, let me say this to you. They're going to boy love St. Lucia more than me, you know.
Yeah.
Garfield, I used to pay St. Lucia 3-4 times a year, you know.
Yeah.
Okay? 3-4 times a year. I do for my country.
Yeah.
I got both for my country. I help families, schools, clubs, and everything in St. Lucia up to this day, you know. Okay? I do. There's nobody that does for my country more than me, you know. Single-handedly, you know.
Wow.
And I've been doing that for over 35 years.
Wow.
Anglican, REC, Methodist, Cameron Rennie, families, VSADC, all those clubs.
Yeah.
That's no nonsense. I'll tell you what I do. I can blow my horn. I can blow my trumpet because nobody will work for me. Because I'm a war rat. Okay? Let me tell you, man. And you said, Lucia stay there like they're not cowards, you know. They're just wicked. According to Allison. They're just wicked. When the great man was there, there was everything they strike, they close down tools. No, they don't. They're suffering. I have never seen St. Lucia like this in my life. They're suffering, dying, they're dying, they're dying. Not a peg. And you can tell me that Pierre is wrong? What did I Pierre to do that for me? Put a loaf of bread at $50 a loaf and a gas $100 a gallon.
What?
That's what they like.
That's called
That's
murder.
What they like.
Wow.
That's what they like, Garfield. Garfield, they like that.
Like misery.
Don't forget they gave Pierre the right carpet to walk on in Marsha.
Yeah.
For having Marsha as what? A slum.
While they're walking in potholes.
So don't they love it?
Oh yeah. Well.
You might tell me I'm shrewd. You might tell me I'm shrewd. I'm calling a spade a spade.
Spade a spade, that's right.
And I have people calling. Let me say this to you. I'm just a church goer, but I read the Bible one chapter every day.
Yeah, man.
And one day, my daughter called me. And she said to me, Daddy, you don't have to read the whole Bible, you know. I said, what do you mean? All you have to do is read Proverbs. I said, huh? She said, just read Proverbs. Proverbs tells you almost everything. And Proverbs talks about stupid and foolish people.
Yeah, it talks about, yes, the wise and the unwise.
And more than once, all through Proverbs, they talk about that. I say, my God.
Speaks about a fool.
So when people telling you, people are saying, oh, St. Lucia's make a mistake. St. Lucia you could be making a mistake all these years. You're just a stupid people. They just be telling me that. And people tell me that they're just a stupid people. When you could give away $75,000 or $1,500, you're stupid. When Bobby don't even have that.
Yeah.
But I could go on and go. I could write a list of things that I could write a whole library of stuff saying how St. Lucia's stupid. St. Lucia's are just my people are just a stupid people. Bottom line. And we are doing our country a disservice, telling our people they made a mistake and how they're intelligent. We are Judases. That's what we are doing. We are traitors. And we know they're stupid. It is said our IQ is the second lowest. The second one before the ruler as the same cricket to the bottom. That means we are stupid. That's why, listen, I've said it many times. What we are doing there. Let me say this to you. There was a minister, not a minister. There was a guy working in the Myanmar government. He's not a minister, but he's working in the government. He was accused of rape. You know what Mia told him? I need your resignation on my desk.
Wow.
He was only accused. That was this year?
Yes.
Or late last year. Mia told him, I need your resignation on my desk. I don't know if I told him about Jack. That song, Jack Don't Want Me to Be On My Beach.
That's right.
You know about that song?
Yep.
Do you know about that?
Yes. My wife is from
Do you know
Barbados,
Do you know what that came about? Do you know what that came about, Garfield?
Yes, I heard the history on it, yeah.
This guy, Barbados, under the Arabao regime, there was a guy called Jack Deere, a minister of tourism.
Okay.
Now on the west coast of Barbados, there's a lot of hotels, guys of Holdersville, where people like Desmond Haynes and Philo Wallace, Ricky Skeet, all those guys from. We people in the neighborhood will walk down the hill, cut through between two hotels that go to the beach and bathe. And one owner of a hotel told them they're not supposed to pass through it and they're not supposed to go on the beach. And he called the Minister of Tourism, which is Jack Deere. And Jack Deere repeated the same thing to the people. The people call Errol Walton Barrow, the late Prime Minister, tell him the deal. Errol Barrow called Jack Deere in his office. I need your resignation on my desk. That was the end of he.
Wow.
And Gabby wrote a song on that.
Jack want me to bathe on the beach.
Yes, that's what that song came about. Gabby wrote a song on it. Jack don't want to be on the beach. I say that to say this.
Talk to me.
The Mongoose gang. Mostly every member of the Mongoose gang, John B. government is SFP, John B. government is Lucia. That's what they are. A Mongoose gang, John B. government. Mostly every one of them is Spanish. There's not one that you could say is a leader. They lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie to people. If the premier over there lies to the people once, he lost a job. If me and Molly lied to her people once and found out, she did a job. These guys down there, especially Prime Minister Philip Pierre, he's a compulsive. He cannot make a statement before lying. He's a compulsive, pathological liar. Not only he and the rest, and he and the rest of the gang.
Want to hear the monkey gang?
The difference now, the Mongoose gang.
Mongoose.
They can't help lying. They cannot help lying. Kenny planted that seed. Kenny planted that seed. Let me say this to you. When you are tarnished in Barbados, your wife is Bajan actor.
Yeah.
Nope. You could join a political party, but you can't run for parliament. You could be a member of the party, But don't carry the thought of running for parliament. Right now, there are two people in St. Lucia that are carrying the flag for St. Lucia.
Mhm.
The great man himself, Sir Alan Michael Shasney, and that girl that's from Dennery. I call her Rosa Parks.
Oh, Dennery North?
That girl, she's protest by herself. What's her name? Angela.
Oh, yes, Angela. Yeah.
I call her St. Lucia's Rosa Parks.
Yeah, yeah.
I even believe that she's stronger than Rosa Parks. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
When Rosa Parks refused to get up in his seat in that bus.
Mm-hmm.
She got thousands and millions of people in America and around America supported her. In St. Lucia, she's a one-man band.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to her assembly, she goes all over the country, she goes on the doorstep of the Prime Minister. Okay? By herself. And nobody supports her. The only boy supporter is Alan Shastley.
Wow. Anyway.
Therefore,
yeah, talk to me.
That tells you that the Bogus gang could do whatever they like. Have a good night, sir.
Thank you so much for calling, folks. That was our friend, Mr. Barbuda. We missed him. We missed him on Timothy's show, and also.
But Timothy show, you gotta go to St. Mary's College or Oxford or Cambridge, those kind of places.
Mm-hmm.
For you talk on Timothy show, okay?
All right.
And I ain't been to Oxford. I ain't been to St. Mary's. I ain't been to those universities in America either.
Okay, so you can be there. All right, but you have a home here.
I ain't got the brains. My pa moon, my pa yeah.
Okay, brother.
There's a lot of class. There's a lot of class in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
A lot of class.
A lot of class.
Class distinction.
Okay.
Have a good night, sir.
Thank you. All right, and we surely miss him. And folks, we've come to the end of our program, but I'm going to ask Timothy. I want somebody to ask Timothy to do me a favor and at least have a conversation with PW, because I really feel bad about it. I was on the call. I was on the program, and then I think Timothy was running onto he was coming up on a hard break, and PW called at the same time. You know, his regular sincere call. You know, the man is a genuine caller, and he loves the program. He loves this country. You can hear it in him. And I don't know PW. I don't know who it is, what it stands for, who he is, where he's from. But I enjoy his calls. And on that fateful day, friends, as soon as PW called in to Newspin, Timothy said to him, not today, caller, and cut him off. And it came out bad, humiliating. Why not today? It's a program where he regularly call, and the approach would be, well, we're coming up on a hard break, stay on the line, caller, or call us back in a minute. That would have been the better thing to do. And I respect Timothy 100%. I love him. That is one of my issue, and he must correct it as an adult. You know, when we make mistakes, we too have to make things right. And as a spiritual leader, I'll say to Timothy that it came across a little rude. It came across bad, and after that, I never heard the guy. We never see another call from this man, which means that it affected him at some point. So I'm going to ask Timothy and his crew over there to make a statement to the guy, apologize, because the guy is hurt based on what I am of my observation. I was hurt the way it was done. It came across really bad, rude, and abrupt. And the man was just in good spirit. You know how he comes on, good evening, Timothy and your audience. This is PW on the line. Nothing is wrong with that. The man make his grand entrance, you know. I really love him too, you know. And so I feel bad about it. And I'm not comfortable. I'm not happy about that. And I wish Timothy can do something about it in the interest of reconciliation and peace, do something about it. You did something wrong to him. You know, the ideal thing to do, as I said, was, caller, we on a hard break, just hold the line, or we get back to you. Or call back, you know. But you say, not today, caller. What do you mean not today? What did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? So please, I beg you, Timothy, do something about it. Because I am not comfortable, one. I feel bad. I don't know the guy, but I feel bad that he was handled like that. He's not a problem. You know, he makes good points. And he's passionate about his country. And we need more people like that to speak up, let their voices be heard on behalf of the voiceless. Not less, we need more of these individuals. And so, Mr. PW, you know, I wish I could have apologized for you, but I did not do anything. But please don't stop calling. Call the show. We miss your voice. We miss you. And we want to hear from you. All right? So, folks, I'm done. Have a beautiful night. It was nice being back. All right? So we will start planning our programs going forward. We continue to follow the developments in Dennery.
I mean, a big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell.
Sorry about friends. I forget to tell you that this is a big story. It's a big story, okay? All right.
A big story.
So have a beautiful night, folks. Sleep well. Dormez bien. Remember to pray before you go to bed. Enjoy this laughter.
A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people and tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people.
The sky is falling. I heard this short fella. The sky is falling.
And tell. A big story. A big story. I must apologize to elderly people. A big story. Philip J. Pierre attacked elderly people